Empire, what's good? TG, stand up. It's Chief. Man, I'm sipping a Michelob and smoking a cigar. And I just watched the scene from 300, when the Persian messenger came and spoke to Leonidas, and Leonidas looked at his chick, looked at his squad, looked at the children, looked at the land around him that he worked his whole life to attain and become king of. Then decided to kill the motherfucker and kick him down the well, knowing that they were all gonna die. But what was the alternative though? Everything he worked for, becoming king, will be gone, right? Let's say he decided to turn bitch and listen to the Persians. He wouldn't be king no more. His women wouldn't be his women no more. They belong to the Persian king. His kids wouldn't be his kids no more. They the kids of the Persian king. Everything he fucking worked for wouldn't be his no more. Both paths led to death because they would have eventually got rid of him because they don't need him no more. And what'd he do? He looked at everything and said, fuck it. I'ma die for something. We gonna die anyway. It might as well be for something. And the title of this video is gonna be, what are you willing to die for? See, it's hard to become a corrupt leader when you're willing to sacrifice yourself, your life, for the ultimate goal, the ultimate purpose, right? How can you become a corrupt leader when before you even became leader, you already made the vow, the covenant? Look up the word covenant. Very powerful. It's in the Bible. When you've made the covenant before obtaining everything that you desire, when you make that covenant, man, there's no way you can become corrupt or diluted on the way to achieve your desires. Because the ultimate sacrifice has already been made. You already made the covenant. You already decided what you're going to give up in order to obtain this thing. And you already decided what will be taken away from you if you ever deviate from the path. The reason this video is called What Are You Willing to Die For is because that we have to make the covenant, bro. When you want something great out of life, you have to make the covenant beforehand. That ensures the fulfillment of that thing. And there will come a time where the covenant will be tested. But just like the symbolism of that scene, it's so easy to stay a course. Because let's say just like this Leonidas scene, man, this 300 scene, how both paths led to the death of him, right? Either turn bitch and die or die a true leader. But let's be honest, he made the covenant beforehand. He knew, I worked this hard, I'ma die a leader regardless. So I might as well die a great leader than a hoe. Y'all got to make that decision, man. What covenant are you willing to make for the fulfillment of your goals? And it's a tough conversation because in order for the covenant to be valid, you got to, in theory, man, you got to lay down your life, right? And this ain't no stupid conspiracy shit. That's why I say look up the meaning of a covenant, right? Used in the Bible. If you willing to lay down your life for your purpose, assuming that your purpose is something that's for the greater good of everybody else, if you willing to lay down your life for it, it'll come to fruition. And it'll be worth it, man. Think about that before you decide to be great. Are you willing to sacrifice your life for it? Because your purpose can't be of value if you're not willing to sacrifice your single life for your purpose. You will never have the desire and drive to accomplish this thing if you're not willing to lay your life down for it. You know, we see all these messages on self-improvement that say, do what you're passionate about, do what you love. The true definition of passion is you be willing to give your life for it. But they don't tell you that. These self-improvement people don't fucking tell you that. These people that are trying to get you to be better don't give you the game of the truth. Right? I remember being younger and going down the rabbit hole of like Illuminati and all this other stuff and how these entertainers sold their soul. But it goes both ways. Some of the greatest leaders you ever seen, quote unquote, sold their soul, but they didn't though. They made a covenant and they sold their life, actually, not they sold their life on this earth. They willing to give it away, give it up for the accomplishment of the greater good, right? We think of Malcolm X, we think of Martin Luther. We think of these great leaders, man, and what happened to them? Right? They accepted it from the jump. And that's why we speak about them to this day. That's why we'll never forget them. That's why their name lives on. Because they were willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for their purpose. You don't have to sell your soul, bro. When it comes to selling your soul, that's for that stupid shit. Because your soul can't be sold unless you a hoe. Unless you with all this satanic shit. But you can make a covenant and give up your life in pursuit of your purpose, assuming your purpose is for the greater good. To be honest with y'all, the only worthy sacrifice for your life is of a purpose that's of greater good for everybody else. That's the only way it would really be worth it. It cuts out all this bullshit. It cuts out you thinking about all these things that are short-term pleasure and that don't make a difference. They don't move the needle. When you think about something you actually willing to sacrifice your life for, it's easier to figure out what you meant to do in this life. Peace, love, prosperity, 999, all love. I'm gonna leave you with that, man. Santa Maria. Me llamo Jefe. Hasta luego, mi amigo.